So before you have your mom cap on, you've got your wife cap on, you've got your daughter cap on, you've got your sister cap on. By the time you need to look out for yourself, you're depleted. There's no time, there's nothing. So the amount of therapy that I have gone through, that I continue to go through, has really drawn me closer to myself, And I also got to realize that sometimes grief is not just about grieving a loss of a person. It's also grieving a loss of opportunities, grieving a loss of what you could have been or what you always wanted to be.
Today I'm joined by the ever so beautiful, I don't know whether because I'm biased, Chomi.
Yes. There's no way you can finish the line without mentioning that we put.
Ratile Mabitsela.
Sounds like a sentence, but I'll take it.
People don't know that I call you Boiti, right?
Oh, well, you know what? Let the people know already.
Okay, so now you guys know one new thing about us. Friend.
Thanks for having me, friend. It's been a while and I'm so happy to be here.
Do you remember when we first posted our video together and the comments of people saying, Hashem, they must stick together.
We'd like to see you guys on a podcast together. And here we are.
I know that video did great. People were so happy that they're like, this is the friendship we needed.
One of my fondest memories, from Mummy Club and everything that came with it. Like that was actually one of the best days that we had on set. And yeah, forever close to my heart.
You too, babe. What a year. Come here, bring it.
What a year. You've got a line for this, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not, I know
no,
that
we're
line.
not going to say it. And she's been correcting me because, wow. Just know good thing, City, because, wow.
You look amazing, my friend.
Almost like a cool.
Oh, stunning, stunning, stunning.
February 2025. We celebrate the twins' birthday on Sunday.
Yes.
Little did we know that on Tuesday, life would change.
Completely.
Take me through. You've told me many times. Take me through the emotions, not the events.
Yeah. Between that day and today, 2025 has been a very long year. We're not even in December yet. Like life literally, it's like a permanent switch went off. And I feel the absence.
Yeah.
I really do feel it. My children feel it. We feel it as a family. And life has really changed drastically. It's like waking up every day and knowing that what you're holding on is faith and God's grace will keep you going.
God's grace.
Yeah.
It's only God's grace.
Yeah.
We used to speak a lot. Our phone calls for the longest time were after drop-off, during drop-off. You'll drop and be like, I'll call you back. I'm just dropping off. And then when you get back in our car,
we literally lived on the phone.
We lived on the phone. And those phone calls in the morning, they kept me alive.
Yeah, same, friend.
I was actually speaking to another friend that we have in common, and I was saying, when I see you respond, even when you're typing, and then sometimes you just stop typing, I know you're alive, so I'm good. We don't speak as much, but we know Ubuti. We're in each other's lives, holding each other in our spirits and in our hearts and praying for each other, because
hand by hand.
We don't speak as often because there's so much happening in Empilweni.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that, regardless of not talking every day, the day we talk on the phone for 2 hours, like literally unpacking each day since the last time
had a sleepover. I went to sleep over at her house.
No, moving already. You bring the kids. Imagine a household with two women that are just focused on being good mothers, I'm telling you, we will raise presidents from that.
We used to always joke and say we must just build, what is the word? A compound.
A compound. Moms only. Moms and kids. Responsible moms and kids.
Ah, friend.
That would be something.
February to now, a lot has changed. But the one thing that I'm very happy to see today, and I feel it in me, it's not because we're shooting this, but you look a bit lighter.
Oh, I'm glad. I feel a little bit lighter too. I guess it's a journey of healing. The wound of grief does not quite go away. It's always there, but you learn to live around it.
Yeah.
And the more you accept it, the more you go to therapy, the more you have outlets and friends like you, the better the weight becomes. And I think I've really been lucky that I'm surrounded by people that are very supportive of my well-being. There's been drastic changes in our lives, from moving households a few times to finally settling to life changing altogether. And it's been quite a journey. It does take a knock on someone, not just, in every facet of life, you feel it. Like, I feel like sometimes I weigh the grief physically, but some days it really does feel lighter.
Yeah, you've had an amazing support system, and I'm so happy to be one of those people. I know, I've not been able to show up fully as I would have loved to, but I know that that I...
Absolutely. And you have showed up, trust me. Like, how many times did you have to be at home and I'd be like, offering, do me for therapy because I'm stuck somewhere else, And you do just that. And that's exactly what I need. A community, not just of family, but also a community of friends that really hold me by hand. And that's the kind of assistance that I need. And look, we've always been saying, I know it probably sounds cliche, that it takes a village to raise a child. It still does. Even in this time and day and life where we've got two helpers in the house, it still needs that support. It still needs that village. It still needs close friends. It still needs family friends. We still need that kind of community to assist and to just be part of these little human beings' lives, to help us to shape them and nurture them as best as we possibly can. And maybe on some days I'm not the perfect person to do the nurturing because I'm breaking down myself, and having support structure and people like you.
And I think it's important that you let yourself feel it and you let yourself go through it. What happened to your family early on this year in February, and for me, when the twins' birthday is coming up, I cannot not link it to the other event that happened, because Sunday we are happy. Just dance even,
Honestly speaking, even on the day of the birthday, he was quite unusual. I didn't know what's going on. I was just grateful that he was present and there, and we co-parenting regardless of what was happening in our marriage at the time.
He to take some pictures with us, a lot of pictures with,
not just you, with literally everyone who was at the party. They were like, oh my gosh, he's different, and I was like, oh yeah, well, he is. But I also had the same feeling, but I couldn't just share it with everyone. But I'm like, look, this is him just being himself to everyone else. But he was like a little bit withdrawn, a little bit out of space. I just couldn't tell what it is, but he didn't seem to be his usual self. And when it happened, honestly, life changed completely. I spent 10 good years of my life with him. We've got beautiful children together. And we've shared some good memories too. As much as it wasn't so great in the end, but we've shared really, really good memories. I still think and feel very fond of him. And
your voice is shaking up. People leave. They Sivalili's on the day, and then reality sinks in. I know you spent a lot of time with Mom. Mom spent a lot of time with you,
Yes.
and I don't know what we would do without our moms.
Oh, such a blessing.
Now you guys have to start your own routine.
Yeah.
The four of you. Wovuka every morning, Rati, and tell yourself what in the morning? What was the thing that made you say today, Nyavuka?
My children. I remember having to first explain where he is. They could see he's not around. Everyone is there except for him. And they told that their dad is no more. And they wanted an answer. How does this happen? I remember telling Tori. So Tori is very inquisitive. He will come at you with all the possible questions.
Trust me, I know.
So I started the conversation as Papa is in heaven. And we will meet him in paradise. Probably never again in this life.
Definitely never
you
again
know,
in this life.
He asked further questions.
Yeah.
And not just how did he get there? What makes people go to heaven? Why did he have to go now? How did he go to heaven? And it took a little bit of time. I literally could only tell him just before his birthday what exactly happened. Because as inquisitive as he is, he would get on his tablet or his laptop and you look at the Google search history. What causes death? What makes people die in their sleep? Because that's what I had said to him. I could not upfront say to him, your dad has committed suicide. He's just a 10-year-old. I don't know how he's going to absorb it. But I really do think that like after having a sit down with him and saying, Tori, I'm going to tell you this because I trust you. And right now you are the man of the house. So I'm going to need you.
He told me he's the man of the house.
Yes. That's why, like, it's like when I really need him to digest something that I find he's very inquisitive about. And with how he's always on the internet, chances are he knew already.
Yeah.
He just wanted to hear it from me.
From you.
He saw the family drama and everything.
Yeah.
He saw it. And I never said anything to him. And he just gets it. I never had to say anything to him. So I had to tell him about his dad because I felt it was important that he knows, especially from me. Also with this big title he's carrying, except just loving to be a big brother. Yes, he really loves responsibility. So when
I think it's just
now he's crowned man of the house.
I think he just wants to be like to the twins. Mini paws are like guy.
He loves it. Like even amongst his cousins, like he's like the oldest, and he's always saying, "I'm big brother." Like he loves the responsibility that comes with it, or just getting kids to order and reminding them how much he's older than them. So I had to tell him. We had this conversation. I remember after telling him, I said, "I'm gonna need you to just keep this between us, and we'll tell your siblings when they're 10." Just like you are 10.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't think that was a big responsibility for a 10-year-old?
I did think of it that way, but I'm not sure if the twins are ready to digest it, you know? So even after I told him, I had to talk to his therapist and talk to his teacher to just say...
The resilience and
very resilient.
And the strength and their own way of processing information. You know, they'll surprise you.
Yeah.
You know, they'll say, you know, even with my children, I'll pick up, like I've got 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. They'll say things I'm just like, how do you know this? Like, what's it when, you know, kids are very brave. Kids are very smart.
And I feel like, you know, gone are those days where we need to keep the biggest secrets away from the kids.
I think I spoke about this recently on one of the conversations I had. I remember I lost some aunts and uncles when I was growing up, and that would mean that my cousins lost either their father or mother. And days leading to the funeral preparation, I would know what is happening because my parents at home would be talking about it. But little does this cousin of mine know that by Saturday we're burying their father or their mother. And for me, now it's like,
it's like you take away so much of the closure away from the kids, and we do want to protect them.
We don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah, we really do want to protect them, but they deserve to know.
Sharing. When my dad passed away, my younger brother was 10. And I remember my dad passed away on a Friday. The nurses called in the afternoon and said, my mom must come. They could tell that he won't make it through the night because his kidneys were shutting down, and they could tell that, he won't make it through the night. And when everybody was going in the car, my younger brother didn't go. And he always says to my mom now, he says, but you guys never gave me the chance to go say goodbye. Yeah. But because everybody thought Uspelele was too young,
You're being protected.
Yes.
Whereas
I understand where my mom was coming from then.
Yeah.
And, but he was robbed of a moment of saying goodbye. And we all did, all four of my three of my other siblings and myself, we were there to literally hold his hand. And I got my goodbye with my dad, my last moment, but my younger brother didn't.
Yeah.
So I think we never know how much is too much and what is right.
True.
We just have to trust, I guess, that God has got it.
Yeah, but I think I'm done with secrets.
Yeah.
After all the lessons learned, all the life experiences, I'm happy to throw a bomb.
Yeah. And say, let's process.
We'll process it and we'll find our way out. Because sometimes you really do die with the secret.
Yeah.
And you leave the family in shambles.
Yeah, true. I mean,
so it helps to be transparent. It goes a long way.
I'm also like that with my kids. I believe in sharing with them exactly what you're going through, where you are. And that's just me. It's my way of parenting, and I'm happy with the relationship that I do have with my children.
Yeah.
I know with you, they're much younger, but when you have a 21-year-old, you literally almost feel like you have a brother, and like, that's my guy. When I talk to him, I'm just like, I think we should.
I know how you parent. It's like the coolest thing ever.
So that guy, and he'll be like, why are you sitting in that location for so long? Ulapi. And he's not even here. But enough about me, friend. We came to just get an update on how Ratile is doing, how the Mabitsela trio is doing.
The trio is great. But I really do think that our stories do have a lot of tie-ins. There's most of the stuff that I'll ever talk about have you in between, So you really do come across as a very big part of the story itself. So it's not just about us.
We actually were trying to coordinate our offers, by the way. And then my one, because it wasted.
Oh, but look at you.
I needed pin. And we were going to be matched. And then now I'm left.
But you look amazing, friend. It's giving.
My friend is wearing La Manche.
Yes.
Big up, Sejo. And then I'm also wearing Luxury by Design, by the way. Even though I'm pulling my Julia Robert moments. But hey, it's
you
December
look absolutely gorgeous, my friend.
Jokes aside, friend. You move out of the home that your kids have known their entire lives.
Moving from home for me was not my biggest issue. It was probably what we needed to process, to heal, to get maybe to the next stage of grief. Because, if someone takes their life in the house, there's like a sense of something. It's probably in our heads. But we always know his habits, where he sits, what he does. It's like we always know that, okay, maybe he's there, maybe he's not. But there's something that was unsettling about being there without him.
So you decide to, well, I don't know whether it was a voluntary move or it was something that you decided to say, look, guys, I think we need a new home, and everybody agreed.
We did need a new home. So not even everybody agreed. My kids are too little. I had to make that decision.
Go pack your bag. Location.
Yeah. I mean, we lived literally between our marital home and my parents at the time. Yeah. So every weekend we'd be with my parents, and coming back would also be like so depressive, and you feel better for the weekend and you come back and, even the kids were so uneasy. I guess it's also because of how early it was after he had passed. it really took a knock on all of us. A serious emotional, physical, like you could see it, you could feel it, Everyone used to be a whole lot free outside the house. And when we get there, it's a thing of, oh yeah, we're going to stay this side of the house. We're going to stay on one way.
Together.
So moving was quite liberating for us. And also thinking of it from an economic point of view, we lived in this massive house that my husband was a breadwinner. He used to look after everything. Just living there before anything and, just thinking rates, taxes, levies, like 30 grand a month just to live there. Even if your house is paid up, that's what you need to pay per month to just sustain living there. Multiple helpers, 2 gardeners.
Downsizing.
So we had to downsize. We couldn't keep all that stuff. We couldn't keep up with everything else. We couldn't keep up with the bills that he used to have. We couldn't even keep up with the cars that he used to have. So we literally had to scale down. And I also had to look at, okay, but what can I comfortably afford? Now it's not even about me, him, family, no. What is
reality
possible right now? And that was like a couple of steps down.
While dealing with grief.
Like logic still needs to be logic.
Life
the economy happens.
Doesn't stop.
Time continues. Month-end commitments are still there. So you really need to balance your life.
Estate planning, the estate execution of everything.
Lawyers
calling every day.
That is also still ongoing, and I don't know when it's going to end. But while it's happening...
You, like, friend, I'm going to call you back. I'm still on the call with my lawyer.
I don't know how much money I've spent on legal bills this year. Ridiculous amounts of money.
Lessons learned for somebody who is not knowledgeable in estate planning. What have you learned? Because you always say to me, friend, take this. And I think a lot of women or families need to be aware, especially where it's a household where the husband is a breadwinner and you are a housewife. Or what are the lessons there, and what would you advise somebody who lives the life that we lived?
Advice? I wouldn't say advice, but just to share a little bit of an enlightenment, because I wouldn't say I had lessons to take, because from my side of things, I've always been very responsible when it comes to looking after myself, my children, and those around me. So every time a child is born, for me, I have a policy for that child. So when Tori was born, I took up a life policy for Tori. At that time, it was Tori and his dad. And then when the twins came, I have a life policy for them. And I feel like that's just how you look after your own, If I'll never live to see 50 million rand in my bank account, upon my death, my children will have access to 50 million rand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're taking a life policy, it's not a policy that will ever kick in while you are alive.
Yeah.
It's what you leave for your children.
That's why it's called insurance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have many. Yeah. I have many of them. And even if there's certain things that I probably cannot afford right now for myself, but I know that if anything ever happens to me, my children will have access to fair enough opportunities. Of course, leaving people that are very much responsible to also execute
a trust
for them and everything that they need, So with regards to that, I really just think that anyone who's not only just a parent, some people are not just parents, their aunts, their uncles, there's your mom, there's your dad, there's your brothers. Such things are things that are meant to not just have for fun. I feel like these are like basic stuff. Like before I drive the most luxurious car, trust me, my house is in order when it comes to my insurance policies and all that stuff. I'd rather miss a car premium than miss a policy premium, for example, And I think to date, that is what has saved me.
Yeah.
That is what has saved me. I remember even upon my husband's passing, there were some of the policies that I had for our family. Most of them were actually cancelled and not paid out because of the nature of death. But some of them that did save us.
Yeah.
They really, really did. Like I had huge amounts of monies to pay, like huge, from the funeral itself. To, when you in a household and people are coming daily, coming to assist bazotutuza and all of that, you need to spend money to have people coming. Even though, I was in the room locked up the whole time, but you do need to look after those expenses, Then it was the funeral that was literally 90% carried by myself and my mom in terms of cost. And it was a lot of money that was spent for it.
Thank you, Mom.
I could never stop saying thank you. Like such a blessing.
Yeah.
Then these policies would kick in and really do save us, and they kept us going for a few months even after that. So I think it's really a wise thing to do. And the younger it is that you get yourself as well insured, the better. The premiums are much lesser.
Yeah.
And when you start much later in life, it becomes
health problems
such
also.
a big expense, So I think
get higher as we start getting, because Babatala, there's going to be cholesterol.
Yes, as soon as you start having all those lifestyle diseases and all of that, your premiums shoot up. So I think I had my first policy when I started working at Eskom. I think I was like 2021. First policy that I had, and I still pay probably a little premium like this up to now. Because I was like so young, and I can carry it through to age 65. And I think that's the enlightenment that I would like to share with people.
I think also I'm so glad that more and more Black people are now aware of, a proper planning the estates. And
I don't think they are. Hey,
you don't think so?
I think with the amount of you'd think people are until there's a funeral, and then you see the drama.
But I'm also hearing a lot of awareness on radio and
it's been there, friend. How many people follow you per day
for our Black community? Because back in the day, I remember when somebody lost their parent, they would get this lump sum, and now we know better not to do those things and leave it and put it in the trust, and that way, the twins are what? They're 7, 8.
Yeah.
Now better to leave it to the trust, and it'll sustain them until varsity, post-varsity, and
it'll look after generations if you plan well.
Yes, plan well. So I think these are lessons here that we take away in such things, and know that it's important, especially when you've got young children.
Absolutely.
To plan accordingly. Yeah. And enough of the serious stuff. We have, though this is not the fun stuff to talk about, but I know I have anxiety about the holidays coming, and I know you guys used to have your own traditions and family stuff. And I call you even last year I called you, I said, friend, it's Christmas.
What are we going to do?
And you said, let's plan a Christmas.
Yeah. So one thing about me, friend, look, you can throw me anywhere. I'm always looking forward to a new experience. It's just that some of the experiences that we go through are unplanned for, and maybe not the most pleasant. Maybe the greatest thing to happen was, well, you don't have a husband now, but you can still go on holiday and take your kids and go have a white Christmas, but we don't have access to that anymore. But for me, just being with my children and doing something new is something to look forward to for me. I love it. I'm happy about it. Whether we do it in Durban, whether we do it in Joburg, or we decide to travel, it's something to look forward to. And if you were to say to me, what are we doing this year, Christmas? I'd probably be on some, do you want to come to Joburg with the kids? And we have, a friend miss.
A lot of people get anxiety during holidays.
I know.
And but I'm one of those. I told you last year. Last year I had a...
Can we have a friend mass this year?
You plan it, friend.
I'll plan it. So I'm spending Christmas with my family, and then we can do ours just before Christmas. I'm happy to do one with you, the kids, then do one with the girls only. And because everyone deserves to have a good Christmas after all. And Christmas is not just a matter of, oh, is your husband, like, it's not for the husband.
It's a tradition for me. It's not just the Christmas day, but the holidays in general. You get anxiety about spending time together, the thing that you should do as a family unit. And now it's like family photo shoots and
family photo shoots. I remember when we did our first photo shoot, it was Mother's Day this year. Yeah, I felt that he's really absent. We really used to do all of those together. Like, we had family pictures everywhere in the house, from baby showers to birthdays to, so I did feel like, okay,
thing is gone.
Yeah, no one's holding my waist, while we're posing. No one is carrying one of the twins, so I felt it. I remember even when we were doing the photo shoot, at some point we took this huge teddy bear and we were like, put it that side. Because I was like, in me, something was like, something is missing,
Yeah.
So we had that cute big teddy bear that was put there by Nunurai, actually. And we had a beautiful shoot. So even after the pictures came out, I remember Jordan, my photographer, I was like, oh, these are stunning pictures. I'm like, yeah, and they look very different. And I want to frame one of them to be one of the pictures that we have.
First reminder of our first Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And lots more to come,
Yes.
New tradition.
Yeah.
Change is very scary. And I know that I'm going through a lot of changes myself. And we're going through this together, even though it's different circumstances, different situations. But I couldn't be more glad that you've been by my side. And it's been scary most days. Most days I feel like I can't breathe, and then some days we can't stop laughing on the phone
and making fun of our life problems.
And making fun of our life problems. I would even say, Lala, you speak to your attorney more than me, but go right now, but it'll all pass, friend. And I just wanted to bring you on here today because I wanted to celebrate your strength. Are we in mental month, awareness month this month?
October.
I think October. Sorry,
October. Well, close enough.
We're close
still
enough.
Very early in November.
So I just wanted to just celebrate you and everything that you've gone through and
thank you, my
are going through. It's
yeah. Thank you, friend. But you know what I love about the transition that we're on is that at some point, you know that it can't get any worse.
No, it can't.
Like, it really can't get any worse. I mean, if the worst has happened.
I'll say come you worse.
My
friend, no, it can't.
So
no, it can't.
It's really bright. It's amazing to just look forward to a future where you know that, you know what, everything that used to give you anxiety has happened and you're not anxious. You found your fire up in the midst of all of that. So what I love about where we are, both of us, is that we've really faced our worst fears and we didn't even think they will happen. And life just threw us there. When you're like planning for a different thing and something else happened, and when it happens, worst case scenario.
You owe me. This year you was supposed to be your 10th wedding anniversary, right? And you and Nunu, we went to dinner, and this one made us all take shots because
also, I never used to drink. Remember, I never used to drink, and now I'm like, you know what? We've never spent. I mean, look, you could have been doing something else, but life threw us in a different trajectory altogether. So I was just like, you know what?
We're celebrating the 10 years.
10 years of marriage. We're going to take shots, and that's fun for me. I actually used to be anxious about drinking. It never used to be a thing of, I don't drink because I don't want to drink. I didn't drink because I was supportive of my husband who was an alcoholic. And I felt that it would be a trigger for me to drink and go home smelling of alcohol. So he had a terrible dependency on it. And when he started, he couldn't stop. So it was a support thing. So now it's like I also need to get to a point where when I say I don't want to drink, I don't want to drink because I don't like drinking.
Yourself.
Yeah, it's not about anyone else. And I don't have a drinking problem, by the way. So if I want to drink, I'm okay to pick up a drink and have it because I'm a responsible drinker, even though it's still not my favorite thing to do, but I don't mind a good meal and a glass of wine.
That thing wastes money. I'm sorry.
That thing wastes money.
It wastes money.
Oh, really? Are you gonna say that?
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna make you drink a little bit more. I don't think you've had the nice stuff. Like, I've explored some really good drinks.
You're not even
I know you don't. Well, you had like
a tiny.
Why?
My younger sister always says to me, "There's no way you've gone through what you've gone through." I'm just like,
yeah.
To face it.
Ugh.
You must face it.
No, as long as you're not like drunk and passed out,
it's okay, friend.
You can have a glass.
I have no judgment. It's like, do you like? It's just a personal.
The next time you're sleeping over, I'm opening one of my good
luck.
Please,
guys. Today we are celebrating beautiful women that wear their pain with pride, saying that God trusted me to go on this journey and he will lead you out of it. He will take you out of it because he knows that he is walking with you, my friend. The last time I was at your house, you and the children woke up very early to go to church, and my way to the airport, I was just like,
oh, friend, you sent me.
Friend.
You see those messages that I sent my boyfriend?
Yes.
All the stuff I'm not used to anymore. Where you go somewhere, now I'm used to waking up to no text.
Yeah, no good morning, no good.
No,
good
nothing.
night.
No, you get it from your mom and dad. That's it.
But Ratile, I'm telling you a story, you guys. That drive to the airport, and she'd woken up and taken the kids to church, and I sent her this long text that we should never send boys, by the way. And I was feeling so proud, friend, and I'm proud of the way you've carried yourself and taken care of yourself also during such a difficult time. I don't think anyone ever prepares someone to lose a life partner, to lose a father, to lose somebody that was there. You're not mourning alone, you're mourning with your children. And it's something that I can never speak on because I've never experienced it. So I'm very proud of you. I wish you all the best in impilo yakho. I can't wait to see all the big moments coming to celebrate with you and the children. I can't wait to see you grow into even classier. I don't think it gets classier than you, but you are just prim and proper. You are Ratile. You are just Grace, friend. And,
thank you, my friend. And that message really was the most heartwarming thing. I was like, oh my gosh, when was the last time I read a message this long?
God is covering you, my friend.
So heartfelt, like literally warmed up my heart and lifted my spirit. And I was like, you know what? I really do have good support around me.
God is covering you.
And I appreciate you. I mean, you flew in just to spend time with us and literally left the next day.
Yeah. God is covering you and the kids, and it's only upwards from here. Friend, what does it look like now? What's the next step? Where is Ratile today?
So with where I am now, I feel like I'm back to the girl that I used to be before I got married, where I've just been so ambitious, deep into pageantry. Couldn't wait to watch a pageant and do critical reviews while watching it. That time it used to be on my Samsung tablet. And yeah, I love the fact that the pageantry space has also transformed so much, as controversial as it has grown right now. I love that, I've put in a lot of work and a lot of research into all of this, and I'll be starting my own podcast very, very soon.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
That will be focusing on pageantry and pageant queens. It's called Beyond the Crown with Rati, where we will get to know pageant queens beyond their years of reigning. Sometimes we just know beauty queens reigning, and we know all the stuff that they get up to, all the work that they do. But soon after the reign, so many of them, we do not see
what happens after.
what happens after. But there
Yes.
is a lot that happens. It's just not out there.
Yeah.
So I just thought, let me just go pull the gold
Yes.
and sit down with it.
Oh, I have a
and
favorite
bring
one
it
that I
to
want
the
you to pull,
people.
but I'll tell you outside.
Oh, please, please. So yeah, it's so far women that are between South Africa and all across Africa, and it would be amazing to also get associates of Miss Universe, of Miss World. That's where the brand is going. And this is a pure passion project. You know, I really, really love it. I enjoy it. And I can't wait for people to enjoy pageantry the way that I do. You know how men are crazy? Most men are crazy about soccer and they take it so personal and emotional about it. If their team lose, they're not even having dinner. That's exactly how I feel about pageantry, and I would love the world to experience it the way that I do.
Through your eyes.
Through my eyes, you know.
That's
and
wonderful. I can't wait for that
I
project.
can't wait for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend.
You're finding some light again.
I am. And look, I feel like I'm drawing towards myself. You know, I feel like as we grow, we really lose our sense of selves to become
wives,
a wife, a mother. So before you have your mom cap on, you've got your wife cap on, you've got your daughter cap on, you've got your sister cap on. By the time you need to look out for yourself, you're depleted. There's no time, there's nothing. So the amount of therapy that I have gone through, that I continue to go through, has really drawn me closer to myself, you know. And I also got to realize that sometimes grief is not just about grieving a loss of a person. It's also grieving a loss of opportunities, grieving a loss of what you could have been or what you always wanted to be. And I do feel like I caught on career very late in my life. Given that I've always been a very ambitious child who really wanted to make it very young. But other things came before. You know, I was called mama before I could be called senior manager, something like that, you know. So yeah, there's also spaces and parts of us that we grieve. Sometimes we sacrifice ourselves so much that we think this is a decent thing to do. But really, I don't mean any harm by saying this, but I don't think there's any grace in self-sacrificing where you are not benefiting. Sometimes it's good to say no. You must look, you should be okay with you saying you want to do something, but you now rubbing off the wrong way on yourself for other people is something that you could potentially have to grieve too. Being a people pleaser, you know, I've been that all my life. I had to say, you know, I really could have made better decisions if I wasn't wired like this. So if I chose not to function from a point of being someone with a low self-esteem who feels like I need to impress anyone, like the person who should be impressed the most about me is honestly myself. And I think just having that mindset is helping me, you know, like now I really decide what it is I do, what it is I don't do, and I'm fine with it.
Congratulations, my babe. I'm so proud of you.
Only upwards.
Only upwards from here. I love you so much. Thank you for coming to show us pageant mom, who's always looking so glamorous and classy.
Thank you, my friend.
Carry on being who you are, Ratile. Love you. You guys, thank you for watching this episode. I've had an amazing time chatting with my friend. Me and her, we don't stop talking. Guest state. In fact, I really still think that we are supposed to have our own podcast together. I believe it, or a reality show. What do you guys think?
Something like.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and thank you for coming, my friend. I love you.
Thank you, my friend. Love you.